get over to the Weather Center with meteorologist Josh Linker, our weather pirate, who's on duty this morning for us. Hi, Josh.
And good morning, Rachel. We do have some chilly weather out there for Gasparilla today. So if you're heading out, well, you're going to want to cover your booty today. 60 degrees, that's it. Around 2 o'clock for the beginning of the parade. We're going to see an increase to the clouds. I do expect later there's also going to be a little bit of a breeze. Not coming off the bay, though. It'll be a north wind for you today, but it is still going to be chilly out there. We'll look outside. We've got a nice view here in downtown. This is not on Bayshore. This is our camera actually located at Curtis Hickson Park, but a pretty scene. You can see just a couple of clouds that are out there, and we'll go to our view of downtown from the airport, brought to you by Fear Now Insurance, and we can see some clouds that are in place. Now, it is chilly. We're in the 40s in most spots, 48 in Tampa, 43 at Inverness, 46 in Lakeland right now. St. Pete, our warm spot at 52. Now, I'll have much more on your forecast coming up. It's going to be a very nasty day tomorrow. We'll tell you why with Weather on the Nines, but for now, Rachel, back to you.
And it's 9 minutes past the 7 o'clock hour. Meteorologist Josh Linker joining us this morning with a look at our forecast today. A little bit chilly, Josh, but it's tomorrow everybody's talking about.
Yeah, and you know what, Rachel, we'll get to that in just a moment. So let's focus on today because it'll definitely be the better day. It is going to be kind of chilly out there. We could start with our view from Tampa. This is of downtown, brought to you by Fear Now Insurance, and we'll get a little bit closer. We've got a great shot here for you along Bayshore, if we could take a look at that. There it is. We can see some of the clouds out there, and this will be a much busier scene a bit later on today with Gasparilla. Now, it is going to be rather chilly, so be sure you are dressed appropriately across the area for today. Boy, temperature is going to be running about 10 degrees below average, which if you're just stepping out to go to the supermarket or something like that, not so bad. But if you're out for hours, that can wear on you. So just make sure you are dressed appropriately for today. Right now it's chilly, 48, dew point 33. There's dry air out there, north-northeast wind at 9. We do have the moisture coming in aloft, and that's why we're going to bring in the extra clouds across the area today. Our warm spot right now, not terribly warm, 52 at the moment in St. Pete. It's 42 in Brooksville, Zephyr Hills at 42, 50 in Winter Haven. And as we look at the satellite imagery here, lots of clouds down to the south. This is where the deeper moisture is. And what's going to happen is we're going to see the cool air in place. Moisture comes in aloft heading into tomorrow, and there'll be a lot of clouds and quite a bit of rain during the day tomorrow. And we can see the beginnings of this right now across South Florida. It'll be a wet weekend both today and tomorrow down across South Florida. For us, we'll see that coming in tomorrow. So here's your forecast. Increasing clouds, another cool day. 62 degrees will be our high. That runs about 10 degrees below average. Overnight tonight, cloudy and chilly as rain will develop from south to north. Should push into the Tampa Bay area by about daybreak tomorrow. 47. And then tomorrow, look at that. We don't see too many days like this around here. Cloudy, breezy, chilly throughout the day with rain, really at any point during the day. 57. That's it for our high. Now, I'll be back with your 7-day. We do have some more cool weather on the way and a few more rain chances. We'll talk about that in less than 10 minutes. But first, here's another look at Klystron 9. Good morning, and thank you for joining us here for Weather on the Nines. I'm meteorologist Josh Linker. What we're talking about today, chilly weather this weekend. Temperature is quite a bit below average, but tomorrow will actually be the most unpleasant of the days this weekend, and it's just one of those days we don't see too many of them during the year. It'll be wet, breezy, and cold, and this cooler weather pattern is going to be with us for a while, quite some time actually. Here's what's going on now. It's chilly out there. We have a northeast wind. We're seeing some cloud cover overhead. There's a frontal boundary and a low pressure area developing down well to the south. Now, this low is not going to come overhead, and oftentimes in order for us to get a lot of rain and stormy weather, we would need a low to track like this to our west. We pull in the warm air. That's not what's going to happen here. This low is going to move to our south, but the flow of air aloft, the jet stream, is going to be coming in from the southwest. So we have a cool air mass in place, and warm, moist air comes over the top of that, and that sets us up for a wet, rainy scenario for tomorrow. You take that and you factor in the northeast winds at the surface, and it's going to be a chilly day. It'll also be a little bit breezy. Then this low will pull away, and dry air will have a chance to come back in for a couple of days, but we are going to remain on the cooler side really for much of the upcoming week. Increasing clouds today. It'll be breezy at times and chilly with temperatures running below average. We may see a shower or sprinkle south and east of Tampa Bay during the late part of the day, but the rain chances are very low. We go county by county, and high temperatures in Citrus County about 60 to 61. Most areas will average about 10 degrees below the normal for this time of year. 62 in Brooksville, 62 in Nobleton and Ridge Manor. In Pasco County, if you're heading to the Kumquat Festival in Dade City, it looks pretty good. It'll be on the coolish side in the lower 60s. 65 in Winter Haven, Mulberry at 64. Temperatures in Manatee County, 65 Lakewood Ranch, Bradenton 64, Anna Maria, you will get only to 61 today. Pinellas County, Tarpon Springs 61, Dunedin the same, Largo the same, Pinellas Park at 63, Clearwater at 62, and finally in Hillsborough County, Gasparilla today, Tampa 64 for the high, but right there on Bayshore about 62 or so, 64 in Brandon. 62 will be the high today in Citrus Park. Now, if you're getting out on the boat today along the Nature Coast, we've got a wind coming in out of the northeast at 15 knots. We'll see increasing clouds out there. It'll be a chilly day. Look for a moderate chop on the inland waters. And we want you to use extra caution around Tampa Bay today just because of the extra boat traffic around Gasparilla. That combined with the wind and a moderate chop will make it a little bit problematic for you out there for today. Water temperatures are chilly in the lower 60s. Here's your 7-day forecast, and we've got a 10% rain chance today, but I put the rain chance at 100% tomorrow. Now, it's not going to be raining all day everywhere, but most of the day will feature rain. It'll be generally light to moderate at times, and then another rain chance comes in on Tuesday. It'll be fairly light with that one. That front will usher in some cooler weather again Wednesday, only in the mid-50s. And look at these temperatures through the week. Our warmest day will be next Friday, where we only get to 68 degrees in the afternoon. There'll be some cold mornings as well this week. That's your 7-day forecast. Here's the latest pollen forecast. It is for the next 3 days. We're in that moderate high to moderate category, and this is brought to you by Famous Tate Appliance and Bedding Centers. It's time now for the latest from Klystron 9. It's just about half past the hour. Good morning, and thank you for joining us here for Weather on the Nines. I'm meteorologist Josh Linker, and we have some cool weather out there this morning, and it'll be kind of a cool day. We'll see some sunshine with increasing clouds throughout the day. We get to about 58 at lunchtime, 62 this afternoon, and then a couple of spotty showers inland and south this evening, but most of us will still be dry for today. A little bit of light rain is possible along the coast, especially, say, Manatee County for today. Northeast wind 7 to 14. The water temperature at 61. The sun will set this evening at 6:06. Well, it's cool and mainly dry today, but get ready for a nasty day tomorrow. We'll talk more about that forecast with Weather on the Nines. Time now 7:39. Good morning. I'm meteorologist Josh Linker. Thanks for staying with us here for your morning news. Chilly out there this morning, but we do have a varying degree of cloud cover. Some of us are looking clear at the moment, like this shot from Crystal River, brought to you by listed.com. A pretty scene overlooking Kings Bay, but it is chilly out there. We're at 41 degrees, dew point at 32, and there's certainly enough of a separation because of the clouds that came in overnight. They've dissipated in a couple of spots, and we do have a light northeast wind that is in place. So we'll look at some of the other numbers. We're at 41 also at Inverness, Zephyr Hills. Brandon, you're at 43. Tampa, 48 right now. St. Petersburg at 52 degrees. And here's the satellite imagery. What we're noticing this morning is with the time lapse, the clouds that came through last night, they're exiting for the most part for now, but those clouds acted to keep us a little bit warmer overnight into this morning compared to 24 hours ago. Lots of moisture down south, and we're seeing the clouds building in the Gulf, and that will come back in here. We're looking at rain here on Klystron 9 over South Florida. It'll be a wet day down south, and then a lot of this lifts northward for tomorrow, and we're going to have a wet scenario to close out the weekend. In the meantime, today, generally dry. Not going to rule out a sprinkle or a light shower today, but generally dry. Cool at lunchtime, 58. Clouds will increase this afternoon. We'll only manage about 62. And we may see a little bit of rain south as we go through this evening, but it'll be overnight that rain will generally be coming in, and tomorrow, again, promises to be a wet day. Now, as we look at the big weather story around the country, we're not seeing a whole lot happening here. Just little bouts of precipitation here and there. We're seeing a little bit of rain and snow across parts of Alabama and Mississippi. That's heading eastward. But the big deal is the cold air, and it's really cold in some spots. Atlanta right now at 29. Chicago at 6 degrees below zero, and it's windy too, making for just obnoxious wind chill values. And we're going to see that really cold air that's north of the border. We see temperatures in some cases colder than 30 below zero. That cold air is going to spill southward and just cover about the eastern 2/3 of the nation. over the next week or so. And we'll talk more about that in your 7-day forecast in less than 10 minutes. But first, here's another look at Klystron 9. Good morning, I'm meteorologist Josh Linker. Thank you for joining us here for Weather on the Nines. Chilly weather out there this weekend. Temperatures running 10 degrees below normal today and even colder than that tomorrow. Tomorrow, it's going to be one of those days. We don't really see too many of them around here at all over the course of a year. Maybe 2, 3 of them, that's it. And we're going to have one of them tomorrow where it's going to be wet all day and cold and breezy. And the cool pattern is actually going to last for a while. Now, if you're heading out to Gasparilla today, we're only going to manage about 60 degrees on Bayshore. We'll see clouds on the increase. And we can see those clouds now as we look at the satellite imagery. This tells the whole story here. This dip in the jet stream, we kind of make out the clouds moving like this. A big pocket of cold air covering a large chunk of the country. And some moisture will start to come in from the south, overspread into our area during the day tomorrow. And we are looking for quite a bit of rainfall around here. Lots of clouds out there for today. We'll see low pressure developing down to our south. And as we go through the day and into tonight and tomorrow, here comes some of that rain. Tomorrow morning, Tampa Bay southward, we'll already see some of the rain. Now the low is going to be tracking away, but the moisture aloft is going to come in and really set us up for quite a bit of rainfall during the day tomorrow and into tomorrow night. And eventually things will dry out as high pressure builds back in for your Monday. So this is how it looks for today. Not going to rule out a sprinkle, but mainly dry as we go through the afternoon. North to northeast winds will be in place. We see a lot of moisture down south. And then as we go through the night tonight, it'll just be on the cool side. Heading into tomorrow morning, we start to see the moisture lifting up from the south. So already by 7 o'clock, there'll be some light rain. Our winds coming in from the north. And then through the day, more of this rain just comes up from the south. And it is going to be pretty miserable out there for tomorrow afternoon. Now, for this afternoon, low 60s should do it for our highs. There'll be some sunshine, but clouds will be on the increase. Also, a little bit breezy at times. And if you were thinking about getting out on the boat today, I know a lot of folks will be, especially around Tampa Bay with Gasparilla. It's going to be a little bit breezy, so the moderate chop combined with the extra boat traffic, you definitely want to be extra careful out there for today. Northeast winds coming in at 15 knots. And the water temperatures are in the lower 60s today. Here's your 7-day forecast. Got a 10% rain chance today, so don't be surprised if you see a light shower or a sprinkle. I've pushed it to 100% for tomorrow. 61 on Monday, another front on Tuesday with just some light rain, but a pretty decent chance, 40%. And then we'll cool down behind that one at 55 for our high on Wednesday. Lows will be in the 30s and 40s for quite some time. Another rain chance comes in to close the week. That's your 7-day forecast. Another check of the weather is coming up at the top of the hour. But first, here's another look at Klystron 9.
Over to the Weather Center, where meteorologist Josh Linker is standing by just before 8 o'clock with a look at our forecast. A chilly start this morning, Josh.
It is chilly out there, Rachel. But you know what? It's not as cold as yesterday morning, but we're not going to warm up a whole lot. In Gasparilla, of course, today. And you're going to want to have some extra clothing. Certainly heading out today. Now, we talk about temperatures that can be in the upper 50s to around 60, and that's not so bad if you're going from the car to the supermarket or something like that. But out at Gasparilla, you're going to be out for several hours. It's going to wear on you if you're not dressed appropriately. 60 degrees is about all we'll manage this afternoon when that parade kicks off at 2 o'clock. But look at the numbers now. It's 42 in Brooksville, 48 in Tampa, 50 at Winter Haven, 52 right now in St. Petersburg. And today will be the warmest and most pleasant of our weekend days. I'll tell you what's going to happen tomorrow coming up in just a few minutes with Weather on the Nines. But for now, Rachel, we'll send it back to you.